Hey everybody, it's JT Stewart with Selling, Negotiating, and Winning. Thank you for getting involved in the course. Hopefully through the course, you're going to be able to understand how to negotiate versus how to sell. Those are two very different things. They're cousins, but they're two very different things. So you need to learn how to negotiate as well as sell. And through this course, that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, let's discuss the difference between selling and negotiating. When you get a prospect involved, because we all sell, nothing happens in business without it. It's all about selling. So you're either selling your position, or you're selling a piece of property or a service, but you're always going to be selling. So let's think about this for a second. When you negotiate, people want, that's fancy, that's very sexy to negotiate, but truly, it's all about selling and setting it up first before you ever get to the negotiation. When somebody gives you an objection, no, I don't really want that. I know sometimes if you're selling, like say, sheets in the middle of a Costco or a Walmart or something, which believe me or not, I've done that. People, you give them your pitch and they say, nah, I don't really want this or that, or I don't need that. That is when the negotiating starts, because as soon as they give you an objection, that's your entree right into taking down that objection and making them give you more. Next thing you know, you're in the middle of a negotiation. You're getting all the objections of why they can't buy this or why they don't want that. So selling is the foundation, that's the objective. Nothing happens in business without it until there's money exchanged. Now the process may be negotiation. So don't get all tied up about, especially if you're dealing with real estate and housing and properties, don't get all tied up with just the negotiation because it's sexy. Bottom line is you're going to want to sell. So here's what we're going to learn in this course. Selling, negotiating, and winning. We're going to learn skills that will teach you how to move forward and be able to take the selling and negotiating, combine it together because you want to win. That's the thing. How are you going to present your product, your service, whether it's a real estate project, maybe you're trying to flip a home or flip a house, maybe you're trying to buy a house and then you want to buy it and then you're going to have to turn around and sell it. So you've got a twofold process there. So we're going to learn how to present your product or your service in the best possible light so that you can actually turn that property around and flip it for cash. So how do you present your product, your service? How to use body language. Body language, that's almost a lost art. How to use body language. Now, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. When I was in college, I studied pantomime, you know, this. I studied that and it came useful. So useful later in life because it's all about body language. When somebody's crossing their arms, they have one meaning. When they're leaning into you, there's a whole different meaning. When they cock their head, when I cock my head, what do you think? I don't understand. So we're going to learn in this course how to read body language, how to give body language symbols and signs away so that you give them clues that may or may not be exactly what you're thinking. So we're going to learn body language. We're going to learn negotiating strategies to win. We want to be able to negotiate, whether it's negotiating for a car, whether it's negotiating for a $1 million deal, strategies, because it's a give and a take. You want a win-win negotiating. Now, of course, you want to win, but you want to be able to do win-win because that is an easier road to the final product. That's an easier road. When they win something, they feel like they're getting something, and you're getting what you want. A win-win is the best way to go. And do you realize that you can negotiate in everyday life? Everyday life for every little thing. I'm the kind of guy that would go into a store, pick up 2 candy bars, and try to get 2 for the price of 1 just to see if the cashier will let me do it. Practice that all the time. Here's a funny story. My AT&T bill, I have AT&T as my phone service. My AT&T bill was due, so I called and I paid my bill. And they said, because I was like, 7 or 8 days late. They said, do you want to pay the past due balance, or do you want to pay the balance in full with next month's too? Well, I just paid the past due. I paid the past due balance. It was like $87 or something like that. But while I had her on the phone, we laughed, we joked, and we're going to learn about that. How to put people at ease and how to get people to really just drop their guard down a little bit. So we laughed and we joked, and she knew I was a long-time customer because I had her look me up. So look in the archives, and then she realized I've been a customer for like 30 years. So now I have tenure. So I pay the bill, we do the credit card thing and all that. Now, as I had her look at my bill, I said, just in a casual way, and we'll learn about how you phrase things. I said in a casual way, what do you think you can do for my current bill? I mean, I'm a long-time customer. So I gave her reasons. I'm a long-time customer, been with you guys forever, never ever switched. What can you do for me? You know what she said? She said, well, let me see. All right. So she gets on her computer and she does a few things. My next bill was $89. She gave me a $72 credit. I got $72 just for asking. All I did was ask. You don't get what you don't ask for. Now, here's the caveat to that story. We talked, we hung up, she gave me the credit. All right, my next bill's like $17 next month, but I forgot to get it in email form. I forgot to have her send me an email. So hey, I called back. I said, hey, I just talked to a lady and she gave me a credit of $70-something, and I went through the whole thing, and the new lady said, well, let me see. So she looks up and she says, yep, you're going to get a credit. I said, well, can I get an email to that effect? And she said, hold on, let me check. She goes back. I swear to you, she gave me another credit that made them owe me $5. Why did that happen? I saved about $100. For what reason? Because I asked. You don't get what you don't ask for. So that's lesson number one. In any kind of negotiating situation, any buying situation, even for your personal life, it doesn't have to be $1 million property, but you can actually negotiate and get money off. My old buddy Lon Varnell said, it's easier to save money than it is to make money, and you don't have to pay taxes on it. Think that through. I got $100. I saved $100 that I didn't have to pay because I negotiated with the lady on the phone. So, just a little tip. Those are the kind of things you're going to learn. I want to talk to you about mind negotiating, about body negotiation, the body language, and your soul. Now, let's talk about this for a quick second. Body. How do you use your body to convey a certain message? We're going to learn that. Like I talked about a few minutes ago. Is it arms crossed? Does that mean something? Leaning in? Does that mean something? Looking around? Does that mean something? When you're negotiating, you're going to learn to pick up these cues from whoever you're negotiating against or with, and you're going to be able to run that through. Now, the mind. So hard to stay mentally engaged in the negotiating process because you have to stay a step ahead. Not only thinking what you want, but what are they going to ask for? So you have to be sharp mentally. You have to stay, your mind has to stay in the game. You can't take a mental break, okay? So that's why a lot of negotiations at the high level, they'll negotiate for maybe an hour or two, then they'll take a 2-hour break because they need to rewind, refigure out what they're doing, analyze the position, and go from there. Third thing, mind, body, and soul. What in the heck does negotiating have to do with the soul? Do you believe in your position? Deep down inside, do you believe that your position is this? In your soul, in your heart, in your being. Because if it's not, you're not going to fight for it. You're just not. You're going to end up giving that away somewhere during the negotiations. So, In this course, you're going to learn two things. You deserve to win. Don't doubt your position. Don't doubt your wants. Don't doubt your skills. You are going to be able to sell, negotiate, and win when you get done with this course. We'll be back with the other one in a few minutes.